get into what I think will actually be able to save Overwatch 2. But first, I really need to rant about Season 6. This has been on my mind for so long, and I just have to tell someone how I feel about this. If you want to skip, time code right here. Well, boys, Overwatch 2 Season 6 is out, and I'm gonna be honest, the content that we got isn't bad, per se. I think we all can agree that it's not the best content in the world, and it's so lackluster seeing that we have to pay for things that we got for free in the past. I don't want to hear anyone say like, oh, they put so much time and effort into the PvE campaign. No, they didn't. This is literal archive missions. There's no way I'm going to get $15 for some archive missions, let alone some archive missions that are scaled back from what they originally were supposed to be in the original Overwatch 2 vision that Jeff Kaplan actually had. And I get it that some people say it wouldn't have worked. You know, it don't make no sense. It's like, this is Blizzard. What do you mean doesn't make sense? You're telling me that Blizzard can't make some skill trees and a loot pool? I mean, like, they just did it for one of their biggest games this year a few months ago. The thing about this is Overwatch 2 could have worked if they didn't make a whole new engine that seemingly did nothing. It barely made the guns shinier and barely made lights brighter. And I feel as if that took up most of the time developing the engine. The game itself probably didn't even take that long to make, seeing that A, the content that we have is insufficient, B, somehow they put out only 3 new heroes after working on this game for 6+ years. I'm pretty sure 6 or 7+ years. So it's kind of weird how in that amount of time they barely got any new heroes in the game. They didn't even finish 3 PvE missions that are an hour long altogether. Like, it doesn't make sense. Obviously they didn't do anything. And another thing I don't get is why didn't they just cut up how many heroes are actually in the PvE mode? You could, continuously add in skill trees, the one thing that would have been replayable about the whole thing, and made some extra loot for the heroes too to wield inside of the game with the personalized engine you made for it into the PvE mode just by adding in certain characters that fit with each mission. I mean, like, I don't know about you, I'm not a game designer or anything, but that just makes sense. You didn't put all of the heroes into Overwatch 1 immediately, did you? No, you slowly built them up over time, and as new updates came out, you put them into the game. It's almost like you could have did the same exact thing with the PvE heroes. Now, I may be ranting, but let's all be honest here. This was a horrible update, and we all know who can make this game better. It's not the Overwatch team, all right? Get Team 4 out of your head, all right? With them at the helm of this, the game's dead. Let's all be honest here. It jumped on the Steam, everyone hated on it, and I hate the Overwatch community people that are like, no, so many devs put so much time. I don't care. So many devs worked on so many shit games, all right? Ubisoft has over 5,000 devs, all right? And a lot of the games are trash. So let's get the devs and what they work on out of here. That's just a paycheck to them at this point. You can work on something you hate just because the pay is somewhat decent to good. The only people who can really save Overwatch 2 at this point is us, the community. And the one thing that Overwatch refuses to put meaningful updates into, the workshop mode. Please, Overwatch, allow people to have the freedom to use your characters in your game, by the way, your game. Allow us to use your assets in a lot of other parts of the game to make our own game modes and custom maps. Like, why are we not allowed to make custom maps in this game? Y'all barely want to make a good one yourself. Flashpoint came out, that thing's dead in the water. No one wants to play that. That's just garbage. We all can be like, oh no, I like Flashpoint now. It's gonna be just like Push. We don't want Flashpoint. You know what we want? We wanted the PvE game mode. We want things that are different. We want the mobile experience that Overwatch was supposed to be that is lacking in because A, there's zero customization in any of the characters other than the $30 skins that they try to show to us. Whenever you get into games like League of Legends, Dota, or hell, even their own game, Heroes of the Storm, guess what you have to do in those MOBAs? You have to kill things, to gain gold, to buy items, to upgrade your character. So please, open up the workshop. And by open up the workshop, I mean actually give us the tools to make our own game modes in here, all right? This is where all actual good games are going at this point. All games that are making billions of dollars are allowing their communities to mod the game. TF2, the game that you wanted to quote-unquote kill, is right now surviving and also thriving because guess what? The community makes 90% of the stuff in the game. CSGO, again, the community makes a lot of the stuff in the game. How about we go outside of Valve altogether? GTA literally signed a deal with No Pixel. That is a pretty huge thing in the gaming industry, kind of making them more official than most other modders in the whole gaming industry. Fortnite. I get it, we all gonna be like, ew, Fortnite, but boys, Fortnite has gone down this route and is becoming very successful and lucrative for them to have the community just make the rest of the game for them because we know what we want out of the rest of the game. Blizzard is still stuck in this like old world mentality where they have to make the game and they can't allow the community to do anything to the games or else they're gonna be losing out on big bucks, even though that's gonna create even more people who want to play the game if there's a specific game mode that they really like in the game that is made by community members that, guess what, Blizzard would have never made. Guess what they weren't gonna do? Deathmatch. Blizzard said they would never do deathmatch ever, 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 ever. And somehow we have deathmatch. And deathmatch is one of the more staple game modes of Overwatch 2 because guess what? Whenever you're looking for a competitive match, you're probably just gonna hop into a deathmatch or something so you can play around while you wait for the next game. I think Overwatch should really go back to the roots and really encourage people to mod their games again because guess what? Two of the biggest games known to gamers out here, alright? League of Legends and Dota 2 came from Warcraft 3. And I don't know if Blizzard's like reeling from thinking like, oh my god, we like enabled someone to make a good game and then they went out and made an even better version of that game by themselves. Like, I don't know if they're reeling from that still or something, but like, please allow us to make our own game modes. Please allow us to import our own UIs and stuff into the game. Please, it's not gonna break the game. There is no competitive league for Overwatch anymore, alright? If you want to make it to where only vanilla Overwatch players can play competitive, fine. Do that. We don't care. Because guess what? Your whole pro league is dead. It's not like anyone's gonna get paid for becoming a professional Overwatch player. So I'm really hoping in the future, I don't know, a year down the line, maybe 2 years down the line, who knows with Blizzard, it takes them a real long time to learn the basics of any kind of business. I'm surprised they made it this far without collapsing. But please, allow us to mod your games again, alright? You will make way more money. Trust me, Valve is rinsing their whole entire player base with these damn loot boxes, alright? And even in TF2, these hats are in ridiculous demand. And they're made by the community. And Valve just takes a percentage of what the community makes, and somehow they're making hand over fist dollars. So please, allow us to mod the games again. Allow us to mod Overwatch 2. You're not losing out on the competitive money anymore, alright? Esports is dead. Well, professional company ran esports is dead. Grassroots esports obviously will be around forever. It's just a staple of the community. People are going to be competitive, but not everyone's competitive. Everyone that watches basketball didn't have dreams of becoming a basketball star. They just like watching it. Just like how anyone that got into sports as a kid most likely didn't grow up to be a professional sports player, even if they were at that level. They'd probably be like, no, I wanted to do something else with my life, so that's what I'm going to do with it. But boys, tell me in the comments down below, what do you guys think about this? And how do you guys feel about the workshop actually becoming like a main staple of Overwatch where you actually go into a server browser and find different game modes instead of just going into quick play or competitive? But hey, YouTube thinks you might actually like this video right here, so how about you give it a chance?